Hey there, and welcome to your grammar video for Unit 8 of Book 5, Reading and Writing. In this lesson, we'll talk about using modals of possibility, may, might, and could. Again, today we'll study how to talk about future possibility with the modals may, might, and could. Something you'll need to remember for this lesson is that modals always go before a base verb. Take a moment to pause the video and look at the examples on screen. Then practice writing a few of your own before we continue. To talk about future possibility in English, we often use the modals may, might, and could. These modals show that something is not 100%. To form a sentence using these modals, start with a subject, then a modal verb, and always followed by the base verb, and then usually an object. Something very important about the grammar that you'll need to remember is that all three of these modals are used to talk about something that's possible, but none are used to talk about something that is certain or 100%. Take a moment to pause the video, look at the examples, practice writing a few more. To talk about something that you think is less likely or not possible in the future, we can make these statements negative by adding not before the base verb. In statements like, I may not go to Jareer tonight, or she might not study for the final test, we include not to decrease the likelihood that something is possible. Again, when we use modals, that means it's not certain, but when we add not, it's even less certain. We can talk about future impossibility by adding not after the modal could and before the base verb. This shows that something is impossible, so there's a zero chance possibility. Again, looking at the screen, we have some examples. Noor could not live for 1,000 years, or Ahmed could not stop climate change. By using could and not in both examples, we show that this is impossible, or that there is a 0% chance that it will happen. Take a moment to pause the video, practice writing a few negative statements of your own using may not, might not, and could not. So, what's the difference? To talk about future possibility, again, we can use the modal may, might, and could, followed by a base verb. However, when we want to decrease the likelihood for something that is still possible, we use may or might, followed by not, and then a base verb. However, if we want to talk about future impossibility, we use the modal could, followed by not, and then a base verb. This means that the action is impossible and won't happen. In English, when we want to ask questions about future possibility, we don't use may, might, or could. Instead, we often use will, be going to, or the present progressive. We can also use phrases like do you think or is it possible that to ask questions about future possibility. Take a moment to pause the video, have a look at the examples on screen. Notice that in red, to give the answer to these questions, we can often use the modals of possibility. However, remember that when we ask questions, we do not use the modals. We can often use short answers for questions about future possibility. This means that if we give the short answer to a yes or no question, we can use may, might, and could alone. For example, will global temperatures stop rising? We could answer this using just the modal and the subject. For example, they might, they may, or they could. However, something you'll need to remember is that if be is the main verb in the question, it's common to include be in the short answer. For example, are you going to be a climate activist? I might be, or I may be, and I could be. If we want to add more context or information to our statements of future possibility, we can often add an if clause. By adding an if clause, we give more information or a condition to increase the likelihood of our modal of possibility. For example, if I care about the planet, I may stop littering. If we make new fuels, we might not need oil. If it's not too expensive, I may buy a Tesla. In these statements, we see the if clause on the left, followed by the statement containing the modal of possibility on the right. Don't forget, an if clause is a dependent clause. Therefore, if we begin our statements using an if clause, we need to put a comma in the center to separate the two clauses. Take a moment to pause the video and practice writing a few statements using if clauses with modals of possibility. Now, let's take a practice quiz. Take a moment to pause the video and answer the questions, then come back and we'll talk about your answers. Question 1. Math is too hard. I blank pass if I studied every day. I'll never pass. Again here, looking at the last statement, I'll never pass, that's a clue that tells me it's impossible. To talk about something that is impossible, we use could and not, so C is the correct answer. Question 2. Littering is really bad. You blank stop littering. It would help the environment. Looking at our options, B is not spelled correctly, C has the opposite of our intended meaning, and D is not something we typically use in English, so A is the correct answer. Question 3. If everyone understands global warming, we blank be able to reduce emissions. Again, looking at our options, A is not typically used in English, C is not our intended meaning, and D is not spelled correctly, so B, might, is the correct answer. Question 4. Will CO2 levels keep rising? In order to answer this question, again, we can use the short answer form. So using the subject to start, followed by the modal alone, and A is the correct answer. Question 5. If every country reduces their carbon footprint, global warming blank slow down. Looking at our answer choices, A is not spelled correctly, B is not typically used in English, and D has a difference in our intended meaning. We don't mean to say that it's impossible, so C, might, is the correct answer. That's it for this lesson. As always, I hope you thought it was useful. Class dismissed.